Hi everyone, this is CoinsKid. Hope you're well. Going to dive into XRP. But once again, thank you very much for your continued support. Really do appreciate everything you do to contribute towards the growth of CoinsKid here. Sharing is caring, okay? And if you're not a member of the Patreon, do head over to there. There's a lot of good content going in there on a daily basis, the altcoin gems and all that sort of business. So we're getting good feedback across the board on the channel, on the Telegram, on the Patreon. It's all good. It's all golden, okay? So if you're not familiar, go to coinskid.com and all the links are on there. So right now, diving into XRP then, you can see effectively it had a little bit of a breakdown and it's starting to form a little bit of a pattern like this over here. Do you see that? You know, people get worried, oh, it's going to crash to zero, but obviously you've got this ABC correction, which we've been anticipating. And potentially, you know, not got a crystal ball, but you may see a further pullback for XRP. Potentially, you know, look where the 20 EMA is right now. It's creeping right up on the golden ratio right there. And Bitcoin's actually fell down yesterday, obviously because the Elon Musk tweet, as you're fully aware anyway. I don't need to go into all that. And that caused a bit of a sell-off basically in the crypto space here. Now there is a saying, okay, and I've always been transparent with you, and I've always reminded you, I've always told you everything that I know, okay? So in May, sell and go away, and it's a very famous saying, and basically it means that in May people take profits across the board, and stocks, whatever, bonds, anything, that you'll see a bit of a decline, okay, and crypto included, but not necessarily last year because it was a bit of a bounce after the corona dump, okay, so it was a continuation, and it was sort of a pick-up, and it was a V-shaped recovery, so to speak. But just look at historical data. In May, sell and go away, very famous saying. So there was always going to be a bit of a sell-off, to be honest with you, and it was always on the cards, to be honest with you, you know, a bit of a decline, but it doesn't mean it's not going to bounce from here. Full transparency, you know, you could have bottomed out here and we could be marching on. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, but so far XRP, like most projects, are adhering to this Elliott wave theory, this ABC pullback correction right here, where you got that ABC correction, okay, and then you only have to look to the previous bull run to see, you know, you got overextended, you roll back to the EMA, you got these high lows, the high highs, continuation before that last big blow off leg up top, because this is what a blow off top looks like. This is what the end of the bull run looks like just here. This is why I don't think we've hit the end of the bull run yet. There's certain signals that I'm seeing are a little bit, you know, got me a little bit worried, but not overly worried, to be honest with you. You have to look at every single signal, obviously, but right now this is what a blow off top looks like. This is euphoria, and this is what's coming for XRP, okay? This is what's going to take us up to this. It's going to take us to the high. It's going to take us to the 1272. It's going to take us to the 1414, and hopefully with that overextension and that parabolic top there and that euphoric stage, and obviously we keep hearing it, that wall of money that's coming from the institutional investments there, and obviously once Ripple gets through the SEC, okay, and it's a big tick and says, yeah, you're not a security, you're a currency. Can you imagine what that's going to do to XRP and crypto? Okay, it's going to big green light, go, all systems go. So this is what we're anticipating, okay, and this is why we have these price predictions up here. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, but so far it's adhering, okay? It's adhering. So right now, what we're going to do is obviously dive in, as always, on the 4-hourly time frame. But I just want to remind you that, you know, just look to the left. If we do start to capitulate and do start to roll over even more, you know, you've got the 20 EMA, which will come in and save our ass. You may see the wick down to the 75. You may not. You may have bottomed out here. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball. So right now, I'm just going to dive into the 4-hourly time frame for you, okay? Yeah, so just looking at the 4-hourly time frame then, we did say yesterday if XRP was to roll over anymore, okay, do put some cheeky bids in at this particular level, and you can see it wick down to there. Fantastic entry point, you know, because right now if you'd have put some cheeky bids in there, you're currently up, to say that particular level, you're currently up around 10%. Now, it is under pressure, I'm not going to lie to you. You have come up, you're starting to roll a little bit here, okay? It doesn't mean that it's going to roll completely and go to zero. I want to make you fully aware of that. You are in a bit of a downtrend. You've got the 4-hourly bearish cross just there, okay? And if you do continue to come up and hit your head, obviously you're fully aware, I've told you before, it's going to contribute towards your downturn, okay? And you are going to start to come down to these lower levels. So right now, as I've shown you, you've got the 20 EMA on the weekly, which you could see effectively if you do start to roll anymore, that could save your ass, and you might not get down as low as a possible C wave pullback right there for XRP. But fully transparent with you at all times, okay? And effectively what you've got going on here is a kind of double bottom, okay? Even though the wick, it is a kind of double bottom. So if you was to break this now and break this key level of resistance right here, then you would be looking at a nice little upside to 175 for XRP. So with that, do take note that if you do start to see XRP sort of pick up and close above that 154, back test its support, you would be looking at beautiful upside because it's a WW bottom. Do you see this? But at the moment, you are under pressure, and honestly, you look like, you know, the EMAs are coming down, and if you keep it in your head, you're going to start to come down, and potentially you might take out this low here and then come down to this particular low, which was a double bottom here. Okay, so full transparency with your times. Hopefully XRP gets a pickup, because if it doesn't, you're going to see more of a sell-off. Okay, and there is always something to remember as well, that in May, sell and go away effectively, and effectively, you know, markets are driven by human emotion. Okay, and basically technicals, not necessarily fundamentals, so believe it or not, and it's what drives the markets. Okay, so effectively what you've got is this ABC correction. Okay, and I'll always remind you of that, the ABC correction. You got the A, B, potential C wave down. Okay, because the C wave, the A and the C wave are roughly the same length, and you can see that's 55. Okay, and then this particular B wave, if it does go down there, that's right around about 55 as well. So that's where, you know, we've been fully transparent with you the whole time, if this ABC correction, and so far it's looking quite likely, to be honest with you. But obviously you might not necessarily get down there, and you might have a shorter C wave correction for XRP, where you sort of get support for 20 before continuation and start making them higher highs and higher lows and getting the rebound and recovery that you want. So that's XRP really. You know, hopefully it doesn't come to this capitulation event right there. But like I said to you, you know, in the markets, it was very greedy. XRP, not just XRP, Bitcoin, the entire market is very, very greedy. Okay, and like I've said to you many times, don't buy greed, buy fear. And right now you can see that the fear is starting to approach. It's starting to come into the market a little bit. Okay, we will actually look at the fear and greed index. I never really look at that with you guys, but we'll have a quick look at that fear and greed index right there on Bitcoin. Okay. As you can see, there's quite a bit of fear in the market right now, and that's good. These are the optimal entry points for crypto. Okay, when you're seeing fear, not like I said to you, when you're seeing fear, get involved. And absolute fear would be amazing, to be honest with you. That would be the most optimal entry point. And you know what, we may actually get to that point. Okay, because you can see last month greed. Last week greed, yesterday greed. The market was very greedy. Okay, never buy greed, never buy big green candles. You get red dildos. Okay, and remember that optimal entry points, it's on the greed, on the fear. Basically, when everyone's panicking, everyone's selling, and they think that the market's going to zero, they're the absolute best opportunities. And I'll keep reminding you of that. Okay, like down here, you know, that with the FUD, you know, the set case and all that. Look at that, absolute fear. Buy down here because look, beautiful. Okay, so remember that, buy fear. Try and put that in your locker. And there's another thing as well. I'm going to show you a little trick here on the 8-hourly time frame. There's a really, really good indicator that you can get involved in any project, not just crypto. On the 8-hour time frame just here, I'm going to show you something. This is a really optimal entry point for any particular project on the 8-hour. Now you've got this thing called the RSI just here, and you can see when it's in the floor, it's oversold. When it's in the roof, okay, above the purple box, anything above 70 is overbought. And you can see when it gets up there, it rolls. Okay, now these, when it's obviously in the floor, really oversold, that's an optimal entry point. Okay, because you will see that upside and that uptick, just like over here, you know, completely oversold in the floor, no one wants to know about it. Enter, absolute fear, boom, upside. Fantastic. So right now there's also another indicator that you want to remember. Okay, and this indicator is called the MACD. Now look at the MACD. You've got these lines. Okay, one's a moving average and one's the signal line. Now once the blue line goes under the histogram, this is what you want to remember on the 8-hour time frame here. Okay, because this might be coming for XRP, and this in my opinion could be the most optimal entry point that you could find for XRP. So do remember this. Come to your charts, click 8-hour. For those of you that don't know how to do this, you come to the ticker up there, move to the right, and you've got a little down arrow. Okay, click the down arrow, and if you've not got 8 hours in there, you just click it down here, you add it. Okay, so click on hours, click 8, add 8, and then click add, and it'll add it. Okay, boom, there it is. And obviously I've got it favorited. So yeah, on the 8-hour time frame is a really good indicator. Okay, so look at the 8-hour right here, and you're looking for this particular signal. So when the lines come under the histogram like this, like here, this was an optimal entry point for XRP, because you could see once the blue line started to cross and go above the orange line, you could see that's called a bullish cross on the MACD. Do you see that? So when you got that particular signal, that's a fantastic optimal entry point for XRP. So right now you can see you've not actually got that signal yet, and you can see where potentially it could actually keep coming back down. So do keep an eye on this, because in my opinion, if you get that signal on XRP, that might be the last dip on XRP in this bull run. Personally, I think that, you know, this could be the absolute signal where you might not get down to that C wave. You might sort of get down to $1 or something like that, or even a 20-week EMA, where you start to see it curl, start to get the bullish cross on there. absolute optimal entry point for XRP, because I think that would be the last shakeout, so to speak, for XRP. So you can see once you get that sort of signal, look at the chart. Okay, look at the chart. You're down here, you're in the floor, you're oversold, you've got a bullish cross, boom, look at the upside. So from that particular entry point right there, roughly around there when you got the golden cross, you're looking at 73% upswing for XRP. And that's not just XRP, it's every single crypto project on the 8-hourly time frame. Bring up the MACD, look for projects that are under the histogram. This is called the histogram. You see this is equilibrium line. So this is the center line. Okay, the histogram is this, where it's gone red and green. This is the histogram. Now the signal line and the moving average. Okay, once you get the blue line, go above the orange line, boom, maximum entry point. And that, in my opinion, has not quite come for XRP yet. It's coming. You can see it's coming. It's starting to fall. Okay, if it does fall any further and even comes lower than this, wow, that could be your last stop before the bull run for XRP right there. So yeah, that's basically a little update on XRP. Short and sweet. Not really short and sweet, it's quite long actually, I do apologise. I'm sorry if these videos bore people as well. I'd see a lot of comments like, oh, you're so boring and stuff like that, but I do try to be quite thorough, and I'm always trying to educate you, okay, in the space as well. I really want to just pass as much information onto you as I possibly can, because I want to help you, okay. I want to help you, and I want to do what other YouTubers are not actually doing. They're just saying it's going to the moon or it's going whatever, and they're not giving you any technicals or anything behind that sort of statement. And this is why I just want to educate you and giving you the tools to do this on your own, basically. And I am getting that feedback in the channel, you know, on Telegram, private messages, in the Patreon, on the comments on the YouTube videos as well. So I really do appreciate that, and I'm really glad it is helping you all, okay. And to the trolls that say it's boring, well, just don't watch, you know. If you're not into sort of learning and self-educating, then don't watch these videos. They're not for you. Okay, so take care, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with another XRP update. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't come down to this C wave, but at the moment it's looking relatively likely, because we're in a bit of a downtrend there, and I've just given you an optimal entry point for XRP. Take care, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.